Hello, everyone. This is your host, Nordin Majd, and today we are in for a treat. We have a new trader that we are welcoming here in our Trading Call interview, and I am welcoming Med Ibrahim. Med Ibrahim, welcome to the Trading Call podcast. How are you?
Thank you so much, Nurdin. I'm welcome. I'm really good and I'm really excited to be here with the Trading Cult.
Thank you so much. What a pleasure to have you on board. So, Med Ibrahim, you're a trader from Kenya and you are only 25 years old. And to make a brief introduction about you, you just recently passed the evaluation and within 3 weeks also got to the funded and got your first payout of $2,500. So, first of all, congratulations. And I would like for people who don't know you to introduce yourself and talk to us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nurdin. My name is Mohammed Ibrahim. So I use the last three names of Mohammed as Ahmed Ibrahim. So yeah, I'm a Forex trader for the last 7 years. I've been going through markets with through different pro farms, and yeah, the journey was very hard. It was ups and downs, and late in 2022, that's when everything changed, and I started to see some consistency through my journey. Yeah, and one of the reasons we as a trader we take advantage is having a pro farm so that we get a very good capital to trade with pro farms. Yeah, so the journey has been nice, by the way.
Amazing. Well, you're a very positive person, Med Ibrahim, but the journey, it's important to share also the journey towards the success because people might just see the payout and see that you made it in 3 weeks, but there was a lot of preparation, lots of failure before that. I want you to go a little bit more in the past and tell us about your background, what you have been doing, what is your educational or working background, what you have been doing before becoming a successful trader.
Yeah, in late 2018, that's when I heard about forex trading. At that time, I was in a high school, so I started learning more about forex, and in 2019, then we had every time when you come into forex, there's also that mostly there's also the welcoming phase whereby you take a small amount of money, then you try to trade. Then the first few trades, it's nice. Then you have your real punch in the head. Then you have to now sit back and see what am I actually doing wrong. So actually, there's a the money I started with was $100, and it was a loan I took from my friend. And I
Mhm.
started making some dollars, $1, $2. Then I lost the money. And when everything crumbles, the dream of getting money from forex is now not there. I'm losing accounts, and I'm also in debt. Then I came across this quote saying, "If you can make a dollar, you can make a million." So now that I have made a dollar from trading, I knew there was something wrong I was doing, and I have to really sit back, learn, rectify, journal, and see where am I doing wrong, and try to elevate from those levels. So when I was doing all those process, then the corona came and everything completely shut off. The market was so volatile that I couldn't even understand how the market macro are working. So down the road, then we had I was doing some Bolt driver. At that time, Bolt is actually from Taxify, is like an Uber driver. If not, people are familiar with the name. So I was an Uber driver. Then this Uber driver, going to Uber driver has really helped me change my trading career. Why? Because when we come to the forex trading, uh, such as the profile, you have been given 10K, 10,000 USD to trade with, then we lose the taste of the money. So we don't even value this 10,000 USD. You see, so because we have those high dreams, we have those high figure numbers, and actually one of the reasons, and we shall talk about that when I choose trading cult, is the rules they have. They try to shape you to be a better trader, and to bring you in focus. So now, being an Uber driver was bringing back my test about money. So it was bringing the test about money. Why? Because I will go for a trip of 7 kilometers, then I will be paid $1.50, $2. You see, and the trip is 7 kilometers. So maximum I will be paid $2.50. And I was like, you see, you go to a trip for 7 kilometers, you are paid $2.50 or $2. So now you cannot eat what you want. You have to buy from the local shops zero point 0.1 cents of a milk, a small milk, and then you buy a muffin which is made locally, like 0.05 cents. Then you try to eat those things because you don't want to use all your money because you went through a hardship to get this $2. So now that one gave me a little bit about it has brought back my taste about money. So when I was trading, I was valuing the money I had as a business. You see, so when I take a loss, I try to calculate the loss as an expense to the business. When I do any mistakes, I try to rectify my mistakes. When I'm up like a certain percentage, I don't just ignore the money. I say, this is a very good money. This is a $200 from my challenge account. I have to be comfortable with. I have to treat as a business. And guess Nurdin, it took me 3 months to pass the challenge, and I finally got my payout, and everything started to change. I quitted the Uber driver, and I became a full-time forex trader. So having that taste of money is what we have to remind ourselves to really become a successful forex trader. And yeah, so that
Wow.
was the journey.
That's a beautiful story, Ibrahim, and very inspiring. And you touch within a couple of minutes that you explained to us about your background, you touched some very important points because you had to be humble to get back to the most important rules and roots of the trading. There is a lot of people in social media that, on the opposite, they will flash a lot of money and they will show you a luxury lifestyle. And people forget that the objective is, first of all, not to reach there, it's just at least to get out of the current situation. Myself, I remember my first job when I was a student. I used to work all day driving pizzas on a scooter for $30. So my objective was not to make $100,000 on the mobile and driving luxury cars and being on yachts. Was to be able to make enough money so I don't need to spend all my evening driving pizzas. And I really like the fact that you took this trading as a business and look at the losses as a business loss and the profit as a business profit. So this is the first time that we have such a story and such a way that it's being shared. So I really appreciate your honesty and the values that you are giving to all the youth and the community, especially being a young trader. You are just 25 years old. You've been hit, trying to get your business and drive in bolts and been hit with the coronavirus, but you didn't give up. So, in terms of trading as well, what has been the hardships in Ibrahim during all the learning phase until you became a successful trader? What are the
Uh,
challenges that you faced?
okay, the challenges I faced was when you go and you try to the Lamborghini stuffs through the social media. Then they give you that lifestyle. Now maybe for example, trader X is winning. They have bought a Lamborghini. They have a yacht. Then you are here in your room as a struggling trader. You are trying to figure out, when am I gonna make this? So now you take the pressure of the jet and the Lamborghini to the chat. So the results you are getting, obvious, is you just blow your account, and you have that pip notification of email saying, we are very sorry to inform you. Now, then you start crying deep, because they say there are two cries. The one you shed tears is always the best one, but the one you shed tears inside will damage your mindset. So now
Mm.
I see young traders who want to elevate their trading to take to the next level. They now compare the chapter 1 to someone's chapter 10, to someone's Lamborghini. So that Lamborghini is for that person, it's not yours.
Yeah.
You really have to put some work in for you to get certain amount of money. Then you go and double that amount of money. So as young traders, something we don't understand is trading. Yes, we can make money, but it's not the way we put it. So don't assume someone's shoes you want to put it on day one. So the most hardship was through social media, navigating through social media and seeing people winning, then taking that pressure, then you put on the chat. For example, someone now is watching this podcast, they might see Mohammed, he took him 2 weeks to actually make 2,500 USD. So especially people from Africa, 2,500 is a lot of money. The bills are here are very low. So even our MCAs, the members of the assemblies, that's the money they earn. So young trader, 25 years old, is earning $2,500 is a blessing. Now there's always that trader who is looking, okay, let me now buy account.
All right, we are back after a brief technical interruption. We are here with Med Ibrahim. So, to get back to the point that you were mentioning, how much does getting such a quick payout of $2,500 represent? As you say, that there are even people with very honorable job that they are not even getting this type of paycheck. So, please, I let you continue, Ibrahim.
So 2,500 or any amount of money in forex trading, you have to take it as a serious. In forex trading is the flashy lifestyle from outside our environment. So yeah, trading is very easy. You can make money through trading if you only rectify your mistakes and check and keep in check your mental thinking capacity. Yeah, 2,500 is not that much more money, but it is much more money when you follow the rules.
Yeah.
That's what now I have 2,500 in my pocket. I can do a lot of things. But when you are taking money from your bank account and putting into trading, blowing, putting, blowing, we are different. I'm taking money from trading. You are putting money into the trading. So yeah, trading is easy, but don't confuse yourself or don't put yourself into perspective where someone's chapter 10 or you can't know someone's salary. We have a lot of fake gurus who are renting even the cars, so for you just to buy the course, you can't know where this person is bringing money from. You can be shown
Yeah.
some demo trading, you can't know. So take don't put the pressure on yourself for you to achieve the quick lifestyle. You can make money. And by the way, we shall talk about it and the reason why I choose trading cult.
Okay. Well, you know
Yeah.
what? Let's answer this question straight away since you are doing the transition. Tell us then how using trading cult has been, positive and beneficial for you since before the call you gave me some very positive feedback. And once again, I thank you for accepting this interview to share your experience because this is very important. And this is the type of transparency that we want to share with people. We want to share success to bring success. So tell us, Ibrahim, how has been your experience with trading cult so far?
Okay, Nordin. uh, I said trading cult was the best. So what do you know as a best? So basically, right now in the industry, we have a lot of pro farms who are almost they have the same rules, and that is buy the challenge, pass phase one, then phase two, then try to secure a payout. But now in the trading cult, everything is simplified. They are giving advantage to the trader, and while other pro farms are taking advantage from traders. So now in trading cards, you can use an HFT to pass your one evaluation. So when you pass your one evaluation, then the crazy part why I choose the trading card was you just have only to trade for 15 days to get your first payout. You see, then we have this rule that I really liked, and that was the trailing drawdown. And every time I make 1,000 USD to my account, that's 1% of the 100K. I start now thinking I should not play with this 1,000 since the rules are going to calculate this 1,000. So I have to take powerful trades for me to protect my 1,000 USD, and that's how I reach to 5,000. Okay, can you hear me?
Now, yes, I don't know why he's being muted. Yeah,
You better be doing a lot of editing.
yeah, for
But
sure. Okay,
uh,
continue. Say you have to protect your capital.
now, now you have to protect your capital. Well, we have that play in our mindset that if you make 2% of top of the capital, now we can take some more risk. You see, because we have 2% to play with it. But now the trading card, it gives you a discipline. Hey, you're watching it. If you want to be a very successful trader, don't play with that 2%. You see, that's a straight warning from your parent. Now you have my that 2%.
Matrix doesn't want the message to go through.
Maybe.
They're cutting your microphone, Ibrahim. They don't want the world to know your success. Please continue. Yes, so you are locking your profits.
Yeah, so I'm locking my profit. So I don't want to play with my 2% because it has to be calculated. So now that one helped me to scale my account up to a certain level. And that's why right now I'm enjoying with a big, beautiful payout, as Trump says, big, beautiful tariffs.
That's amazing. You know,
Yeah,
Ibrahim, we can see a beautiful logo of Med Forex trading floor. I don't know if this is correct here behind with the logo.
yeah,
And sometimes the best students, they become teacher. Myself, I love keeping the level by also educating other people. And we want to give value. And I know that you are giving value as well to your community. How important is it for you to also share to other traders and educate other traders of your community to become successful trader based on your experience?
yeah. You actually it's very important to educate the society with the right knowledge. And one thing about my mentees is they usually see how their mentor is really making money from the market. So when I find a young trader who wants to elevate themselves and they have zero thing. So now I try to teach them what Forex is and how they can make money from trading, how they can avoid losing. And most importantly, I teach them how when to stay outside of the market. So then after 6 months, 1 year, you find someone is helping their family. I even have people who got married from my trainings from Forex. They got some money and they have expand their life. And at some point, I was in my lowest. So teaching and helping the society is something very nice, and that's what I did. For example, in the trading card, I had no personal experience with them. So my friend he told me there's this good pro farm that he was Rashid, the guy you interviewed from Mali. So
Yeah,
when I asked him about the pro farm, he said it's good, but I said I cannot take it to the society until I try myself out and
yeah,
see if they will give me a payout. And when
yeah.
I secured my payout, that's when I tell my community, okay, guys, let's win together. We have a very, very good pro farm and we can really make some money out of it. And here's the pro farm. So now, when I do such things, I know that God is watching me, and when every time you try to do something nice, then God will give you something in return of it, but not expectation from that person. So helping community and the young traders, it has helped me even gain more faith from my creator. And yeah, a lot of things are just yani blessings after blessings, just out of. And we also have there is always this 1 month that we take some traders for free. We mentor them from A to Z, not only
Yeah.
just mentorship. Yeah.
Amazing. So now that you have achieved your first payout, you are happy, successful, you're sharing with your community. What is your long-term plans? What do you plan for the future for you and for uh, the rest of the community as well that you're educating?
My plan is very nice as long as trading cards can keep it. Trading card give us hope. And by the way, I've not been given any cents to sponsor trading card. I'm just speaking out of my
I confirm.
experience.
No, no.
So one thing
I appreciate it.
yeah, one thing I want from trading cult is we have a very new upcoming traders who passing challenges is always difficult. They have the knowledge, but there's always that pressure of them passing phase one, then phase two, then securing a payout. But now the trading cult, it takes away that pain of passing those multiple phases. It gives traders new hope of just getting funded, going with the rules, make your payout, and now buy a trading cult, another accounts now for big one through scaling and also buying through the two-step evaluation. So now with my community and myself, I just pray that everything goes good with our journey through trading cult because that's where I see hope and yeah, we can make that dream of forex traders to be fulfilled through trading cults.
That's amazing. And Ibrahim, I have one last question before we enter in the practical part of your strategy. So I invite everybody to stay tuned in that second part because Ibrahim will be sharing as well some value about his strategy, risk management, entry point, sharing the chart. But the last message, if you have one message for all the young traders, especially in Africa and in Kenya and beyond, what would be the message for all the young traders that they are watching you?
Okay, the one message is in forex trading, we all join to make money. Yes, there is money in forex trading, but it only rewards those who follow their rules, those who look long-time gains and not short-time gains. So whatever situation you're going right now, trading can take away it, but not as quickly as you're thinking. It really needs time and patience, and everything is possible. So number two thing is always be positive about anything. And that's when I was starting the interview, you even notice I was so positive about my introduction and my talk. So that positivity, it always bring more successful. But if you become so negative or so attached to the losses, it's very
Yeah.
hard to step to the next side. So be positive always, and everything you come across, whether outside trading your life or even trading itself, just be positive. That positivity will give you a lot of success through trading. And trading with the life outside is some that are going in line. So if your life outside is not well structured, then in trading you cannot make any significant amount of results. So yeah, and that is my advice to the young traders.
That's amazing, Ibrahim. So, you know, you need to have a strong mind. You have a very positive mindset. I like that because even before the introduction, we start to speak about a lot of hardships, a lot of difficulty that you pass through. But, you know, you take them with a lot of life lesson. And this is what helped you become the trader that you are today. So instead of, you know, being negative and only sharing all the hardships that you had to go through as excuses, you use them as a steps towards becoming better and better through those hardships. So I really commend you for that, and I thank you for all the strength and you know, the positive values and impact that you're giving to everybody who's watching. So now let's go to the second part because yes, you have a strong mindset, you're a positive person, but at the end of the day, somebody needs to click on that platform and open those positions. So let's
Yeah.
share a little bit your strategy. I'm sure people are also very excited to know a little bit about that. So could you please share us your screen and introduce the basics of your strategy to all the traders that they are watching here?
Okay, let me pull it. It's true. Despite having all those mindset, then the person needs to click sell and buy. They have to see something.
Exactly. So we are here
And
on your chart. I let you introduce uh, your strategy. Do you use any indicator? Your strategy is based on which principle? The floor
yeah,
is for you, Ibrahim.
yeah. Nurdin, before I get to the chance, there's also another quote I want to share, uh,
Yes.
and that was I there's a Indian businessman here in Kenya, and he said, "Start small and aim one thing and keep going." So that quote is about business. So what I
Yeah.
really did into my trading was let me start small and have one thing. The one thing is now AUDUSD. I've been trading AUDUSD only for the last 6 years through my ups and downs, through my everything. So this is the
Okay.
pair. If you go even to my dashboard, you can see only AUDUSD. It has been
Yeah.
a very good pair and it really works with my strategy. So trading, I only trade with AUDUSD and my time frame is 1 hour time frame. I use no indicators at all. And I always say there is a power of two lines. Okay. Now the power of two lines is this one. These two lines are the most powerful lines on my chart. So basically what I also use is news trading. So I
Yeah.
go to the calendar, then I try to spot that the upcoming week the most economic data that can move the market, and also I try to spot what's the market theme. Right now in this week we have a market theme, and that the market theme is the deadline that is coming on July 9th. So it's basically the day after tomorrow. So now we have that market theme, and now we also have to look the economic calendar to see if there is any economic data that can move the market. So now what I do is I don't trade those datas, I wait them. I wait the
Yeah.
numbers to come out. When the numbers come out, like this one is, I think, the ADP today. So if these
Yeah.
numbers come out, then I try to see if those numbers can have impact on the market and if there's reaction on the charts. So I also read the news. Is it positive or is it negative? Then I look at the numbers. Do they have a big deviation? So if it is positive, then I see the market reaction. I will have to wait price to retrace back to get some liquidity grab, then form new structures of support and resistance. Then I take my two lines. I want that new support form to be broken and retested. Then we go for sell. For example, yesterday we had an ISM manufacturing services. So this was
Yeah.
the candle that came out. So now what I waited is price to retrace a little back. So price struggled to move downside, which is okay, and that's exactly what I wanted. Then price retraced a little bit. When price came to this support, now it has support broken, retested, then I just took these sales straight down. And Nuruddin, the account that I got money yesterday, within the same day I was managed to gain 0.5%. So I
Wow.
tried first position here, it failed. I closed. I always use risk management. I closed at 0.3. Then I tried to open another position. Then I got 0.8% of win. So you see now the risk management is also 1 to 3, 1 to 2 minimum. So now
Yes.
I'm already up 0.5% on that account. And that's exactly how I use
Beautiful.
a simple price action combined with the macros and fundamentals. So I don't trade the news. I wait the outcome to come. I try to act professional. That's how I
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, so to summarize, you are having a general fundamental analysis to look at the macros, to look at the news, the potential impact that they can have only on the Australian dollar. This is your one and only pair. You look at it on the 1 hour time frame. Do you use also other time frame to have a broader vision or more precise on the M15, or you stick to the 1 hour?
I always look at the 1 hour time frame. That's my
1 hour
main
is
time
good
frame to
enough.
analyze.
It's yeah, for your analysis. And then you have as well some price action analysis, looking at the candlestick, looking at the support, resistance, potential breakouts. So
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about those two lines? What do they represent for your strategy?
Okay, these two lines is basically support and resistance. So I call it define support and resistance. So basically, the correct way to use support and resistance is not to use an all support or an all resistance. Because look, Nurdin, here we have a lot of, like, the eyes can see these are very big support, right? So,
Hmm.
but the eye cannot see this is a support. This looks like a minor support. Also, here is a resistance. Look what happened.
Yeah.
Now price broke, retested, and price melted to the sell side. So someone will say break and retest is not good. It's good, but
Mm.
you don't know how to use. So now let me teach you how to use. Always when you come to the chart, look at the nearest support and resistance. So when I'm here, the nearest support is here. The nearest resistance is here. But now the
Yeah.
all resistance.
We will edit, or no,
Yeah.
maybe we will not edit it and we will we will keep it original. It doesn't matter. This is
The
to show
original.
something. This is an important message, and maybe we'll keep it. You can have some issues, some technical issues, but you see, it won't stop you from reaching to your goal and getting your payouts at the end of the day. That's the most important.
Exactly.
This is
Urdin,
the truth.
I think this information is most important. Why? Because we see everything important, it has issues.
Yeah.
So I think this is one of the issues you're having. But let's keep the video raw.
Okay. We will
Okay.
keep it like that. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes. So
So I
you
was
know, you shared
explaining.
exactly.
Yeah.
Please continue.
So price when it's here, it uses always, like, for example, let's say this support and this support, always this one is the most respected one. Also, there's another thing. If you want to use support and resistance, always buy from the lows and sell from the highs. For example, if now price goes to this level, it retests this level, I'm not going to sell. The only way I'm going to sell is price to shoot up creates a new support, then breaks that support and retests and comes back. And the only way I want to buy is not price retesting this support level. No, I will not buy from this level. It's is a pure manipulation. You can see now you can enter this buy, then you see price going up. So the only way I can buy is a structure like this. Now price has to come down. It has to create a new resistance, then breaks that resistance, then that retest and price shoots up. So now that's the only way I'm going to press for buy. So with AUDUSD, the most important thing is now to read the macroeconomics of the AUD, the Australian, and the dollar. So my aim every week is to get 1 to 3 setups that are powerful. 1 to 3 setups. For example, now I already gotten this setup. Now, most importantly, I think I'm done for the week if I don't get that more beautiful and big uh, followed rules, or I mean, all combined plans and I don't know how to say. Like I need to get a trade more powerful than the last. Yeah, I really need to get a setup that is better than the previous one for me to continue with my winning streak. But now the problem with most traders is when they win, now they have that hope that they know the market, they cannot lose a trade, and they have to take a trade, they have to give it a shot, they have a buffer to risk. No, that's not how you think if you have been given $1 million to trade. You cannot manage a portfolio of $1 million with that mindset. You really have to act like someone who is managing $10 million, $15 million. So you don't, if you develop that habit, then for you to get success in trading will be so easy. And let me give you one setup right now, guys. Okay, uh, for example, this now is the calendar. So let's try to see this week. So today is Wednesday. So these ADB numbers they have came, it's negative 33K. They have been expecting 99K. So basically, NFP, they say it gives an insight to the NFP. And recently, uh, NFP has been ADP has been wrong about that prediction. So now that I know ADP is not a market moving news, I'm not going to take that news as a positive or to look AUDUSD upside or to look Euro USD upside. So I will now have to discount that this data ADP because it's not that powerful data. But if it was NFP, I will have put into perspective. Also, if this ADP could have came positive, I would have used it. Remember what I said, on negative side, I'm not going to use it. But on positive, I'm going to use it. Why? Because if you look at the price action, AUDUSD is at the highest level. You see? So now, even if you go to the DXY, we can see DXY it's at the low levels. This means that a lot of bad news have already been priced in to the DXY or to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, all the bad news have been discounted already to the DXY.
Yeah. So now ADP negative, it's very hard for us to look shorts in the short term. So the best thing could have been if ADP could have become positive. Now that one we will use a short term relief for the USD and a short term relief downside on AUD. Now you have to understand where the price is, the levels the price is. Is the economic data are moving one? Yes. Okay. If the numbers are
Okay, we are back. So, yeah, you're having also a look at the correlation, not only for the Australian, for example, but also having a look at the dollar. So, I'll let you continue your explanation, Ibrahim.
Yeah, now you have to look different side of the price. It's very simple. Now when I have the macroeconomics, then I just need to take one line. I don't have to complicate my chart and say, okay, if price comes and I want to sell, I need to see price goes up a little bit high from where it is. It has always have to change the position. I'm not selling to where it is. It has always have to change position. If price is down here and I want to sell, it has to go it has to go up, then create another new support, then breaks, then retest. Okay. Or if it comes down this one, it has to go upside. Always it has to change the position where it is. Then I'll just take this one line and I will put it there and say, okay, if price, okay, if price breaks the line one I put on the wick, the other one I put on the body. That's why I have the two lines. So I say if price breaks this level, then comes back, I'm going to take sell. The same way with the buys. That's why I say the power of two lines. First, go to the fundamentals. If I summarize, go to the fundamentals, see which economic data is the market focusing on, then see the market theme, then use those information together with the technical levels using break and retest. And that's how you get your A setups.
That's amazing. That's quite clear, to be honest. Lots of price action, 1 hour, having a look at the news overall to identify the potential impact from the macroeconomics. But one of the very important thing, Ibrahim, is because you have a lot of experience, and I don't want to confuse all the young traders that they are looking at you. Even if you have an amazing analysis, you never hit 100% of your trade positive. Sometimes you have loss. So how do you know how to bounce from those loss and continue overall, even reaching profit and reaching payouts?
Okay, let's go back to the charts, okay, and
Yep.
see how I control the loss. So basically, price was here yesterday. So when price came here, I wanted to sell, okay? So I want to show you something clean, guys. I wanted to sell from this level. Now price is here. What's my nearest support? My nearest support is here, not here. But I hate that feeling that man, if price comes here, then with all the positive negative data price into the USD, and we have this one a little bit positive, then we might see price falling from this level. So what you do, enter your trade from here. So once price came and broke this level, I said, no man, I'm wrong. I have to close this trade and sell from the better levels. Look, I have not added another position and I have not extended my stop loss. I said I have to close this position and open another. Now I closed that position at negative 0.3%. So I waited and I opened another position from this level. Okay, I opened another position from this level. So for the price feed, I use FXCM. So it was this candle I remember. So I
Yeah.
opened my sales from this position, then price starts consolidating for 2 hours, then price drop. So now I'm trying to manage. The mistake I did was to open a position earlier. When I realized that I'm wrong, I cut the loss to where it was. Now I lost a 0.3%, but when I won, I win, I won a 0.8% gain. So you see the risk to reward ratio, the controlling of the losses, the analysis, and everything is combined.
Exactly.
You cannot maybe understand from the first explanation, but I think if you repeat the video multiple times, you will get what I'm saying, guys.
I think it's extremely clear the way you say it, and to summarize it, I want to really take the time to go deep into your explanation to share the value to all the traders that you're watching. The message in this is that even if you have a system, that you have a risk reward, that you may have a stop loss, that you have a risk management, that you look at the fundamental, you have always to question yourself, because we are not robots. You have to accept that sometimes the market will not give you reason 100% of the time. So this is what I appreciate, that shows the experience, Med, is that you are questioning yourself, and if your setup is proven to be right, then you go towards your objective and you take your profit. But if the setup is showing wrong for whatever reason, you don't stay stuck, and you don't have these all negative options, fear of loss, revenge trading. You accept the loss and you move on. And this is one of the
Yeah.
quality that is the hardest one to gain, is the fact of accepting its losses. So how do you do when you have these emotions of maybe the fear, I don't want to accept this loss, you have all these negative emotions coming towards you? How do you combat that? How do you counter this negativity, Med?
Yeah, I'll give you an example, Nurdin. I have a shop. I'm selling an electronic. Then someone comes, they buy a charger, a cable. I'm selling the cable for $1, but the person I sold him for 0.5, half of the dollar, right? So when the person went, I realized I sold the cable in a loss.
No, Ibrahim. I'm sorry the audio got cut.
I
Oh
sold
my
the
god.
cable at a loss for one person. Now, will I get irritated and say I have to sell all the cables at a loss? Customers come. Let's see if customers will buy. No, I have to think and say I sold this one cable for a loss, and I don't want to sell another cable for a loss. Now I have to go back to my drawing plan and say if customer comes, I have to negotiate a proper way. Now I have to start at a higher level of negotiating price so that I come to my $1 and sell it at a profit. So now when I lose a trade, if I say okay, I lost this trade and I really need to make it back, I cannot make it by selling the cable at 0.5%. The only way to make that loss back is to sell above the original price, which was $1. Now you have to really hold yourself accountable. And this is not something that someone can teach, but we can give you an advice on how to control your losses. You really have to give yourself accountable and hold yourself for accountable and say, yes, this is loss, but one loss cannot define me. And this loss just reminds me on how I should just be more focused on the charts and become more disciplined. And yeah, if it's other two things, you regret the pain of discipline or you regret the pain of pain. That's it. If you decide to overtrade, to trade after loss 2 3 times, then bro, that's up to you. I cannot help you. As Nurdin discovered from my talk, I'm always on the positive side. I don't listen any negativity. I can give you an advice that morning of saying I cannot, oh, I'm so hard. No, no, I don't listen that one. Take that bullshit to the chats. We Trading only rewards those who want to win. I might talk rude, I might talk harsh, but that's how trading should be. Trading does not reward the the poor mindset. It only rewards those high intelligent planning and thinking ahead of their moves. Thank you, Nordin.
Amazing. Med, sometimes we need to show our true passion, and the passion sometimes doesn't come in the sweetest and nicest way, but people need to learn the harsh truth because they're either going to learn it from people that they care for them, like you, that you are sharing value, or they're going to learn it the hard way by hitting stop loss and being breached and reaching their daily loss. So they need to hear the hard truth. And the hard truth is that market is not easy. You need to always be focused and you need to control the controllable. Maybe you missed one trade, you cannot control the past, but what you can control is your reaction towards the next trade. And this is what I appreciate in the way that you're going towards. You have a strong experience, you have a good strategy, but it doesn't uh, um, stop the fact that sometimes we
Yes.
can reach a loss or sometimes we can hit a bad streak, but this we
Yeah.
cannot control. It happens. What we can control is our reaction, and your reaction is very powerful. You
Yes.
take control
Exactly.
of your reaction and you
Yeah.
plan the following trade as if they were your first trades, right?
Exactly. And Nurdin,
That's amazing.
on to add on top of that side, the reason I think let me not just say that, but the reason I think a lot of young traders are not winning is because of their faith and prayers. So I try to pray the 5 times. I'm a Muslim, so anyone who is watching this video that I want to understand. So we pray 5 times a day. I can pray here in my office, but I prefer to pray in the masjid. So when I go outside of my comfort and go to the masjid, blessings comes. And now exactly is the time for prayers. And I will like Nurdin to release me to go and pray.
I appreciate it. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Med. You've been sharing a lot of value. Thank you for your time. And we will have, I am sure, other sessions. I wish you the best of success for your future with Trading Cults. And once again, thank you for your time, Ibrahim.
Thank you so much, Nurdin. And I really look a good future with the trading cult. And I hope to see you back on the podcast with hundreds of thousands of dollars of withdrawals, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. Take care, brother.
Inshallah. Okay, brother. Have
All
a
the
nice day.
best. Bye bye.